Dibs is getting heavy. And first agenda today is to organize this cab. Oh, okay. So we have to put our RAM mount up. I put mine vertically. If you look at Mom's Combine, hers is horizontal, so her iPad is sideways. I put mine vertical because I set my camera right here. If I take off the mount, so this is the bottom of it, sits right there. The camera sits up here. You know, I can't have it horizontally because, well, you know. Oh, that one took skin off. Do I remember last time we were in Kansas and this mount kept on falling off and hitting me in the forehead? Yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen again. Mom, Dad, and I went and looked at Milo yesterday, and there's a lot of fields that will make absolutely nothing. It's not even worth cutting. And then there's some fields that are green that need some time. And then there's also some fields that they thought that they would, zero out or, not harvest. And, you can walk out in there and the head is actually down in the leaves, like you can't see it from the road. So you can drive by a field of Milo going down the road, at 50 miles an hour, and you might think, wow, there's not even grain out there, it's not even worth cutting. But until you stop and actually walk out there, and then you'll, realize that, oh, there's actually grain out here, it's just down, in the stalk or in the leaves. There's gonna be a lot of Milo, that's not gonna do good, maybe 20 bushel. Dad has a friend that's cutting a couple miles away, and he's on a field that's making 12. And don't get me wrong, there's going to be fields that are making 40, 50, 60, maybe even 80. There's good fields, but there is going to be some that are going to be very poor. And there's even some fields that you can walk out there, but the head actually has no seeds on it. So it could have headed out, but there's no seeds on it, resulting in it not being worth cutting. And what I mean when it's not worth cutting, that basically means the farmer would essentially be losing money for him to hire someone to go in there and cut it. So it would be more profitable for him to just leave it alone and collect insurance on it, which is also a bad deal for custom harvesters because we're on the road for 7 months out of the year. Our life depends on cutting a crop. I mean, that's how we make money. This is how this whole entire operation works. And when you go to a job and they collect insurance on it, we don't get paid. That's just, that's the farmer saying, hey, I don't have work for you anymore. Go home. It's kind of a slap in the face. Although we did sign up for this, we have a company that, bases off of Mother Nature. Sometimes Mother Nature is not in your advantage. Sometimes it is in your advantage. Just this year is definitely not in our advantage. It's not anyone's fault. I'm just, giving y'all the real look at it. I never got that. So in Milo, you want to run your header tilted back. You want it as flat as possible, that way the heads don't fall out of the header. Do you see this little spot right here that looks like it's bent? Well, MacDon has bolts right here. Well, if you run your center link all the way in and it adapts to whatever, it hangs on this bolt and bends this plastic piece. So to fix that, we gotta put it out to about 8.5.
Let's make a razoo out wider in the field and see what the moisture is out there.
Well, I started a hole and I went a little bit through the field just to get off the turn row to see moisture wise, and it's going to need some time. I don't know what the moisture needs to be. Right now it's averaging 17.3, so yeah, we're gonna have to wait for it to dry down a little bit. Had some trial and errors. I need to tighten my concave and speed up my rotor just a little bit. It's not really getting it all out of the head, and there's some husks still attached to the seeds in there, so I need to be a little more aggressive on it. But I just cut enough to park, and then, well, made that little strip right there to see the moisture. But anyways, we're gonna give it a little bit. Here's what the moisture is looking like. I believe it has to be under 15, but they would like it at 14.5, which that's more than good. So we're gonna roll with it. Dad was just unloading and said there was a funny noise, so. E-Way's gone. What? E-Way is gone? Update on Mom's combine. Mom and Dad went to John Deere to get a sprocket and a keyway. But hopefully John Deere has that. That way Mom can come out here and we can have 2 combines running. All through the field isn't bad. Like right here, what you're looking at right now is showing 31 on the monitor, 34, 29, 31. So I would say 30 bushel Milo. If you want pounds, I'll put pounds right here. One problem that we're kind of running into that you really can't help is it's kind of leaning over / laying flat on the ground. What would work best in this scenario is if you had a row header. A row header looks exactly like a corn header, except instead of stock rolls, it has like a, I guess, a disc. It's basically like 2 scissors running against each other, but like 2 disc blades, and it cuts it. This would work great because when the Milo is leaned over in the rows, you can stand your, what would essentially be a corn header, but it's a row header. You stand your row header up on its nose, that way the points, or the snoots, would be down there picking up the Milo, and then the discs are up here, you know, cutting it flush. That way you don't have to carry in so much material. This is what this field actually needs. We don't have a row header, nor are we going to go buy one for one field. So we're going to use a draper and just do the best that we can. Someone decided to come to work today. Well, I did 101 acres out of that field, and I'm pretty sure there was 150. Someone's slacking. I'm just playing. Breakdowns happen, and they happen pretty frequently with us. But that being said, we finished this field, and we're going to go to the next one, which isn't that far away. Also, if you're wondering what the yield was on that field, that one made 22.7 bushel. Evidently there is tons of weed pressure in this Milo field. When we were doing the turn rows, Mom and I, Mom is at the end of the field over there. All the way down it, I can obviously look through the rows when I'm cutting this way down the turn row. And in between all the rows was just solid weeds. One thing about the weeds though is that they're dead. Them being dead also means that they're extremely dry, so when they go into the combine, they basically just turn into powder. It also doesn't help that Milo is already just naturally dusty. Just the weeds and the Milo is just making it just even more dusty. The elevator that we're hauling to closes at 8 o'clock, and it is 7:16. That being said, Cody has 30,000 pounds on, and I'm only 38% full. It's going to be really hard to cut John a full load and load him, and then him drive all the way to the elevator and get unloaded and all of that in 40 minutes. So that being said, we might fill everything tonight and then call it. And when I say fill everything, I mean John and the grain cart. We don't like filling the combines and leaving it overnight. That is a lot of weight on the machine and the extensions, and it's a lot of weight. Well, John is being loaded right now, and the time is 7:49. He is definitely not making it to the elevator. Can y'all see anything? Me neither.
You'll be a professional if you get unloaded on that.
All right, well, this is what we're working with. I guess let's see if I spill it or not. Come on. I could have cut another bin full and put on there. Oh man. By the way, I have a light on the end of my auger. That's why I have my auger on. Oh, the life of a grain cart driver. Oh, there goes his hat. Gosh. I am cracking up, dude. This is awesome. Are you having fun, Cody? Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Almost.
Thanks.
We could have fit more on there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, that consists of our first day of Milo harvest in western Kansas. That is going to be it for today's video. Thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all tomorrow.